So this video is going to show you about how to find the area of a trapezoid by dividing it into other figures. And this is straight from the textbook, so if you need to follow along in the textbook after, you can do that. So here we've got a trapezoid. And first of all, let's make clear what a trapezoid is. It is a quadrilateral. So a trapezoid is a quadrilateral, so it's a four-sided figure. Watch the spelling of that. And it has exactly one set of parallel sides. One set of parallel sides. And usually, if not always, it'll be indicated by two arrows going in one direction. That tells you that those two lines are parallel. So here we go, and that's our one pair of parallel sides. So how would we do that? One way to do it is to divide it into two triangles and a rectangle. And here is what that could look like right over here. So basically, we would write this out. The area of the trapezoid in this case would be the area of triangle A, which is over here, the area of rectangle B, which is over here, and the area of angle triangle C. And let's see if I can do those in different colors so we can see it a bit more clearly. So we've got A over there. Where are my colors? They're not showing up nicely here. There we go. Rectangle B, and let's make this C over here. And here is C. There we go. Okay, so we would add those three parts together and we get the area of the trapezoid. And of course, for the triangles, the area of the triangles, we have your area is half base times height. And then the area of the rectangle would be base times height. Let's go to another example. So in the next example over here, we can make one triangle and a parallelogram. So here we have one triangle right over here, and then we have this parallelogram here. So we would have the area equals the area of, and I like to just draw it out, parallelogram D plus the area of triangle E. So the proper way to write this out would be now to write out both formulas. So we have base times height, and I like to put it in brackets to keep it separate. That is for my parallelogram, and the area for this triangle here equals half base times height, or base times height divided by 2. And then you can go ahead and solve. And your base of your parallelogram is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. And your height is 1, 2, 3 units. That's your height. So it's 7 times 3, or 21 square units for your parallelogram. Your base for your triangle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to do half times 7, and our height is going to be the same. It's also going to be 3. 1, 2, 3. There's our height. Doesn't matter where we measure that height. It could be outside of the triangle or inside. So it's half 7 times 3, which is 10.5. And if we add that all together, over here we're going to get 31.5 units squared in this case. Okay? So that's one way to do that. Again, we're taking the area of parallelogram D and area of rectangle of triangle E. And the final way to do this is to actually make two triangles where we put a diagonal line across. Okay? And in this case, the area of the trapezoid is the area of the triangle F plus the area of the triangle G. And here's an example that we can go through. So estimate the area of this trapezoid and then calculate the area to check your estimate. Well, an estimate, I'm going to say this is kind of like a rectangle that's about this big, and this is 9 over here, so maybe this looks a little bit longer. So maybe this is like the rectangle that would be base of 10, and I know my height is 4, so I'm going to say 10 times 4. So I'm going to estimate that it's going to be approximately 40 centimeters squared. And again, that's just an estimate. I'm just taking a guess. My guess is based on the fact that this amount of area here is looks approximately the same as the blue. Let's see if that's going to be correct. Now I'm going to calculate the area. So I'm going to put a line. I'm going to use the two triangle method. I'm going to put a line across my triangles here. And I'm also going to put a line, well, we've got the height here, but I'll bold that out. So there's my height. So I'm going to say that the area of this trapezoid equals the area of triangle 1. I'm going to call this one triangle 1 plus the area of triangle 2. Here is going to be triangle 2. This bottom one down here will be triangle 2, the one in blue. And I'm going to write, I'll write it this way this time. Base times height divided by 2. I'll put it all in brackets to keep it nice and clean and separate. Plus the base and height divided by 2 for triangle 2. Now I got to make sure my measurements are correct. My base of triangle 1, that's my 9 centimeters. So I've got 9, and my height in both cases is 4. Okay, so this triangle here, it still has a height of 4. If I were to put a perpendicular line, if I were to extend the bottom, the base of it out, and put a perpendicular, that means drop a line that's straight up and down, this is also going to be 4. So that's the height of this triangle number 2. So it's 9 times 4 divided by 2, which is going to be 36 divided by 2, which is 18. My second triangle here, my base is going to be 12. If you think of it as an upside down triangle, so it's 12. My height is the same. It's going to also be 4 divided by 2. So 12 times 4 is 48. Divide that by 2, I get 24. Add those two up. 24, 34, 44, take away 2. So 42. And in this case, now I make sure to add my units, centimeters squared. That is going to be the area of this trapezoid. And that's not bad because I estimated 40. So I was pretty close to that. So this was 3 methods for how to find the area of a trapezoid without the actual formula. One is to divide it into 2 triangles, and another was to divide it into 2 triangles and a rectangle, and another method was 1 triangle and a parallelogram.